Hey guys, it's Aman
and Christina
from Our Rich Journey. Today we are sharing our top 5 side hustles to set you guys up for success. And as usual, our side hustles are out of the box. Some of these we have done ourselves and have made a lot of money doing them. Others we have experience dealing with other people that have been doing these side hustles. So I think you guys are really in store for a treat today. So sit back, relax, and get ready to make that money.
So if you're new to our channel is all about the FIRE movement, which is financial independence and retiring early. And Aman and I reached financial independence in August of 2019, and we retired early. So our channel focuses on all different ways that you can make money, save money, and invest money on the road to financial independence. And we have a ton of different side hustle videos that you can check out. And in this video, we're focusing on new side hustles so that you can make more money.
So let's get into the side hustles. And the first one, and this is one that is near and dear to me because I first started doing this side hustle when I was 10 years old, and it is address painting. That's right, I said it. Painting addresses. If you have never heard of this before, drive around any city and look at the sidewalks in front of homes. You will see numbers on the sidewalk painted in black and white paint. Well, when I was a kid, I painted hundreds of those addresses and I made thousands of dollars doing it. In fact, it was something that I did all the way up through college. If anyone is looking for a side hustle with minimal competition, address painting is the side hustle for you.
You know, what's really interesting too is the last time that we were in the Bay Area, we saw people painting addresses in front of people's homes. And I think one of the great things about this side hustle is that it's so easy to get started and there is minimal cost associated with starting this particular side hustle. So the things that you need in order to get started are interlocking number stencils, a rectangular frame for the background color, masking tape, and paint. You also want to purchase a mask to protect against the fumes, but one of the things that you can also purchase now that really wasn't available when Aman started his address painting business was a credit card reader. And I think this is great because as you go from house to house, if you have a credit card reader, it's a lot easier for people to make a payment via a credit card versus finding cash that they may have lying around.
And one of the great things about address painting is that you can scale it. You can go full-time or you can go part-time. When I was doing it, I only did it on the weekends. And just going out on the weekends, I would make several $100s just in 1 or 2 days.
Now, the amount of money that you can make depends on several factors, including how much you charge, the types of neighborhoods that you canvas, and how many houses you go door to door to. But on average, you can make about $20 per house. And the next side hustle is creating tooth fairy letters and selling them on Etsy.
Wait a minute, tooth fairy letters? You guys are probably like, what are they talking about? Well, Christina actually did this side hustle and was quite successful at it. She could have scaled it up and I think could have started a tooth fairy letter writing corporation, but she kind of managed it on the side. But finish telling about this tooth fairy thing.
Okay, so what you can do is you can create customized, personalized letters to kids that are from the Tooth Fairy. Now you can do the Tooth Fairy, you can do the Easter Bunny, you can do Santa Claus, you can do whatever theme that you want, but it's like this very personal letter that goes to these kids and the parents buy them from you and you can sell them on Etsy. And one of the things that I love about this is that it allows you to be very creative and design these really fun, whimsical designs, but you also get to scale it to whatever size that you want. And it's very, very cheap, again, to get started in this side hustle also. So what I did in starting this side hustle is I started with a design. I hand drew a fairy design and then I used GIMP. Now GIMP is like a Photoshop alternative, but it's free and it's available online. So with GIMP, I took the hand-drawn design and I digitized it. And after I did that, I turned my hand-drawn digitized design into stickers. And then I bought stickers and I bought other supplies on Amazon, and then I created these little packages. I took pictures of the packages and then I sold them on Etsy.
Now see, this is an example of thinking outside of the box. There may be other people doing tooth fairy letters, but not a lot of them. And Christina found a niche that she could make money with. You see, if you're not gonna sell tooth fairy letters, maybe there's something else that you can sell on Etsy or any other platform, but you just have to be creative and bring something new to the table.
And we're talking about bringing something new to the table. If you sell something on Etsy, here is a tip. make a video of your production or make a video of what you do. Because on Etsy, one of the big things is that when people buy things, they want it personalized. They want to know who they're buying something from. And a lot of people don't have videos about their products on their Etsy store. And that's something that you can create now and put on your Etsy store that will distinguish yourself from other sellers on Etsy. The other tip is that when you're new to Etsy and you start making sales, reach back out to those customers that purchase products from you and ask them to leave a review on your product.
And our next specific side hustle is to become a sports videographer. Now, this is a niche that you can niche down even further. You see, Christina and I both have kids that are actively involved in sports. And when we go to their sports matches, we want to watch the games. But sometimes we also want to tape the games. And I have a problem with watching my daughters and taping them at the same time when they compete. In fact, sometimes the camera is like over here and they're playing over there. Well, this particular side hustle is someone that works with other parents to tape their children at sporting activities.
And you can scale it to something bigger. You don't have to work with specific parents. You can get contracts with specific high schools, or you can go to amateur games or AAU teams or competitive swim teams. Whatever it is, focus on a particular sport and go to those events and begin taping those events and taking photos.
And build up a portfolio so that when you do approach new clients, you can show them the videos that you've created of kids competing. And you can do this for kids that don't have to be superstars. Parents just want to capture their children just having fun playing a sport. And if you can make something that is magical or beautiful of their child playing a sport, that is valuable. So take a look at this side hustle. Now we have some tips to get started. If you have your own children, start with them. Make videos that are of high quality of them doing a sporting activity and use that as a part of your portfolio. And if you don't have children of your own, talk to your friends and family and see if they have a need for this.
So by doing these types of things, you're not only building a portfolio, but you're also getting out into these tournaments or these different competitions, and that gives you an opportunity to network with different parents and different teams. So this leads to our next tip. As you're going out to these different tournaments and you're networking with people, you must have a business card. Now, business cards you can get for free these days, but that is a great thing in order to introduce your brand or your type of work to other people. Make sure that you have a business card.
Our next tip is use a high quality camera. You want to look as professional as possible, like you work for Sports Illustrated. Now, you may not be able to work your way up to a high quality camera when you first start this side hustle, but the more quality that you can provide to people, the more you can charge them. And imagine you walking into a sporting event with one of those giant cameras around your neck and a telescopic lens. How many other clients will be interested in your work?
And the last tip that we have is maintain a very visible social media presence. Now, Instagram is a great presence for this type of work or this type of side hustle because it's focused on film and it's focused on photos, and you can really highlight your work in an Instagram account. And our next side hustle, and one of our most profitable side hustles, was subleasing properties on Airbnb. Now, when Aman and I lived in the Bay Area, there was a point where we were renting a home, but the home came with a granny flat in the back, and we weren't using the granny flat. So what we decided to do was put that granny flat out on Airbnb and rent it out on a nightly basis.
Now keep in mind that you are a renter and you are subleasing a space that does not belong to you. You have a landlord, so it is important that you get the approval of the landlord. And now you can scale this. You don't have to have a granny flat in the back. You could have a room in your house. Or you could be going away from the house that you're renting for the weekend and sublease it or put it on Airbnb while you're away. You don't have to actually own a home to put it on Airbnb.
So one thing I like about this side hustle is that you don't need to purchase a home in order to get started with Airbnb. When you're purchasing an investment property, you sometimes have to put 20% down on that property, and that can be a lot to get started. But by subleasing a property on Airbnb, you can get rid of those initial 20% investment costs.
And this is another form of house hacking where you don't have to actually own the home that you house hack in. With Airbnb, let's say you're gone for a long weekend or an event is coming to town. That's when you put your rented place on Airbnb as a sublease, and then the money that you make from that can offset your rent maybe for the rest of the year.
So our 2 tips for getting started on subleasing with Airbnb is 1, definitely make sure you clear it with your landlord ahead of time. It's very important to have that out and in writing before you get started. And the second thing is make sure you're checking your city ordinances, because all cities have different laws related to short-term Airbnb rentals, and so you want to make sure that you're complying with those laws and regulations before you get started. Now, our next side hustle is renting out baby gear on this site called babyquip.com. Now, this site focuses on people that are traveling to different destinations because they don't want to travel with their baby gear. So they rent out a lot of things like baby cribs, baby strollers, big bulky things that travelers can't necessarily travel with them when they're on vacation. So the idea behind this side hustle is that you're basically just renting out baby equipment. Now you can rent out brand new baby equipment, or you can even rent out used baby equipment. And if you don't have babies and you don't have baby gear, you can actually find a lot of free baby gear on sites like Craigslist or freecycle.org.
Yeah, that's the thing with a lot of baby equipment. Parents just usually throw it away or donate it or give it away. So you could start this business literally with $0. But with Baby Equip, there is a fee to get started. I think it's $100. So if you go through Baby Equip, you will have to pay that fee. But what is to stop you from formulating your own Baby Equip car sharing, baby sharing business? I mean, you could do that on your own as well.
So this side hustle really gets to the heart of the sharing economy. Now we talked about babyquip.com and how you can use that site, but like Aman said, you can venture out and you can start your own type of services related to baby equipment. You can reach out to Airbnb providers and have some sort of contracts with them so that you can provide certain baby equipment to their travelers when their travelers are coming into their home. You can reach out to hotels. There's so many ways to expand this idea focused on the shared economy.
You know, I like that idea. Did you just think of that? Because if you have a contract with a hotel, or you have your information at a hotel and they have guests that have a need for baby equipment, let's say a jogging stroller or something that a hotel typically wouldn't have. I mean, hotels usually have cribs, but they don't have jogging strollers. And let's say those parents are on vacation and they want to go for a jog, they'll have access to your information. I mean, the way you scale this really depends on how creative you can be. So those are our newest side hustles. Now we have a ton of side hustle videos on this channel, so go check out the rest of those side hustle videos. And remember, a side hustle is a great way to earn more money that you can invest on your road to financial independence. So maybe this is the year that you start a side hustle that gets you closer to that goal. And as usual, if you like this video, please give us a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel, and join the journey.